Okay, so what's up, y'all? Morton 245 here, doing another review, and today we're kind of doing like a retro rewind, so stay tuned. Okay, so today I decided to do kind of like a retro rewind. I was going to do this review yesterday, but I ran out of time, so I figured, I usually don't, do reviews on the weekends, but since I didn't do one all week, I figured I'd do one today. So we're going to take a look at, when first Power of the Force 2 line figures I've actually taken a look at, and when being Lando, Carlissian, and Skiff Gaurd guys. I do have the vintage figure here. I'll compare it to here in a little bit, but so without further ado, let's go with packaging first. Okay, so the packaging is very Power of the Force 2 here, as you can see, which it says Collection 1, which I think is actually a little harder to find than the others. I believe is what I've heard. But you can see the Vader's helmet kind of dictates the shape of the card there. As you can see, there's a portrait of the character, which is very reflective. It says Lando Carlissian as Skiff Gaurd with Skiff Gaurd Force Pack, as you can see, which is what that thing is. And I see there's warning labels. And back here, there's like a card you can clip out, and some other figures that were available at the time, which I don't think I have any of these ones. But I got some more Power Force 2 lines, and I don't have the packaging from all of them either because I got some of these used. So, see, 1996 Hasbro. And here, it's got a Kino logo because apparently Hasbro had bought all Kidder by this time. See, join the official Star Wars fan club. See, there's vehicles and much more at the bottom. And see, the bubble itself is a little bit yellowed and it has a couple of glues, so that's why I'm able to do this video. So let's get him out of the card and take a close look at him. Okay, so the first accessory is his Skiff Gaurd Force Pack, which is very similar to the one that came with the vintage figure, if I can get it out of his hand. As you can see, there's the one that came with the vintage one. It isn't the same mold, though. It is a little bit different, as you can see. But basically, it's supposed to be the same thing. This one's a little bit warped, too. As you can see, it's going to go kind of sideways. It is a little bit softer up there, but the handle is kind of hard, so if you try to bend it, you probably will snap it in half. But he can hold on to this, as you can see. It gets a pretty good grip on it. A little bit loose, but not too bad. The last and final accessory, and most importantly, is his helmet, as you can see. And as you can see, this one actually has a lot more paint apps than the vintage one. Here's the vintage one. The vintage one was just cast in a brown plastic, and this one's actually got a lot more paint details. And this one actually kind of snaps onto his head, too, so you can take and put it on his head, like so, and now he's in disguise. It is kind of large, though, on his head. As you can see, it's really big. It's a little bigger than it should be, but, it gets the point across. Now in articulation, we don't have anything new from the vintage one. We still have, the swivel at the head, both arms swivel up and both legs. Well, we do have a waist swivel. I forgot to mention that the vintage figure didn't have that, so that's one more point of articulation that the vintage one didn't have. So let's take a look at the sculpt, design, and color of Lando here. Starting with his head, and as you can see, it looks a lot like the guy that played Lando. I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but as you can see, it kind of looks like him. It's not all there, but this is in the 90s. They still hadn't had like technology they use now. I can't remember what that technology is called, the face scan kind of thing they use now. But yeah, as you can see, he's got the signature like mustache, and the Lando hairstyle and everything. And this figure actually has a lot of skin tone to the vintage one. Here's the vintage head, and as you can see, the vintage one has a lot darker skin tone than this Power Force 2 one. And as you can see, he's wearing his Skiff Gaurd outfit, which actually did make an appearance in the Solo movie. And as you can see, he's got the armor bits, which look pretty cool. Actually, they're actually pretty detailed, like pitting and dents and stuff, like it's been used. He's got one wisp bracer on right there, and the other one he doesn't have one. I thought that's kind of strange, but he's got a belt there, and the clothes underneath. And the armor is not very protected, though. You still have a lot of unprotected spots. And you can see the straps go to the back right there, as you can see. And maybe it's like a leather armor underneath the metal pieces, maybe. Since, it's got like a black shirt underneath that. But as you can see, his pants are have like a speckledy dirt kind of paint on, which actually looks pretty cool. They're kind of dirty. him being in a kind of a sandy environment, he's going to have some dirty pants. So, you see his boots, the straps kind of go up higher than the actual shaft of his boot, as you can see, and they're kind of like a lightish brown color. And the soles are black, as you can see. There's some information on the bottom. 1997, even though the card said 1996. So here he is compared to the vintage version of this figure. Now, there were other versions of Lando and his Skiff Gaurd disguise that were made, and not unfortunately, I don't have those to compare them to here. There was like I think there was a vintage collection version, maybe a Saga collection one. There was a 6-inch black series, I think. Just my light. So yeah, so I don't have any of those, but I do have the vintage one. I might have to invest in some of those. I actually like the Skiff Gaurd Lando. It's one of my that vintage figure is one of my favorites. And this one doesn't have better paint apps and stuff. I still prefer that vintage one because that was my childhood figure, and he's been quite played with, as you could tell from when I showed the head sculpts together a minute ago. So what do I think of this figure overall? I do like this figure now. Like I said, I prefer the vintage one, and these Power of the Force 2 ones, they kind of had them like in a pose, because the vintage figures were mostly, it kind of, straight up and down. They didn't really have more like in a pose stance like these are. And you see the later ones of these figures, they did tone down because the early versions of these Power of the Force 2 figures were real beefed out and real big. Look like they've been, working out on steroids. So these later ones, they did tone down. That's one thing I didn't like about the early versions of these. They were way too big and beefy for the actual characters. But this figure, like I said, it's toned down. It looks a lot better, and I do recommend it if you like the Skiff Gaurd Lando. But so if you want to see more Power Force 2 line figures, give me a thumbs up. They help me out a lot. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Till next time.